I think I had a good week. What did I even do, little bunny? Back to physical fitness. Oh, I'm not coughing nearly as much anymore. Yeah, nice and healthy. You'll be glad to hear that. Nose is not stopped up. Makes for much better radio, doesn't it? Yeah, as a reminder, I guess this is just our weekly little hangout. It's not a show, not an anything. I don't know. It's just me and it's just you. And you're with me right now. And where you are right now. Are you outside or in a room or in a car? Or sneaky at work or in a classroom? Where are you, little bunny? I'm there with you. Right here, right now. Yes, in your ears. Yes, I'm really here with you in this room right now. For real. And you're really here with me in my room with my microphone. And guess what I have in my hand, little bunny? I have you. If you listened to last week's episode, I think it was last week. Could have even been 2 weeks ago, little bunny. I think it was last week. You will know that I discovered my little bunny figurine. The ear broke off. But you want to know something wonderful? Queen Little Bunny was looking out for you. And she made a little bunny hospital. Oh, she went so legit with it. She got the super glue, but she also had this contraption where it holds it in place really snug. And oh, it's good as new, little bunny. And I'm going to be extra, extra careful to make sure you never get hurt again. Because that's what happens in life. We get hurt sometimes. We get hurt. Sometimes you can't totally fix things, but you can always make it better. And my favorite thing is when something goes bad, you say, all right, fine, I'm going to make something better happen that never would have happened instead. Oh, that's my favorite trick to pull. I hope to teach you that. I guess what's the lesson here in this one? Well, it means I'm going to be very careful with you, little bunny. I'm even stroking your little bunny head. Can you feel that right now? I'm stroking your little bunny head. Oh, see, you're already getting so much love just because your ear popped off and then Queen Little Bunny. You can feel the love from Queen Little Bunny, can't you, too? Queen Little Bunny's taking care of you just the same as your daddy. One happy, spicy family, aren't we? Okay, what else? News from the garden. I'm doing good morning notes on Twitter now. That's really great. That's so easy for me to do as well. I'm always looking for ways to, slow down, Daddy. I'm always looking for more ways to be here for you. And that's really, I don't want to say easy. It is easy. I just want to get admiration and credit for it. So pretend it's very challenging and difficult. It's actually really freaking easy. But I want you to pretend that, oh my God, our daddy is doing so much more for you. Okay. All right, little bunny. Let's get to the beverage. Yeah. Okay. So Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter, I don't use Twitter for anything other than actually making you those voice notes. Okay. And Twitter's probably not that good for your mental health anyway. It's something I talk about is you gotta be aware that a lot of public communication today is based on outrage. And outrage makes a lot of money, little bunny. So be careful of Twitter because it's the center of all outrage. It's just it's just horrible. Okay, but we'll talk about not Twitter. We're done talking about Twitter, but we're going to talk about I've got some good stuff planned. It might be boring. But I'll make sure to make it extra honey the whole time. So you want to Take a breath with your daddy, little bunny. Yeah. Now listen to your daddy pour some tea. It's the same tea this week. Do you remember what it is? I'm coughing. Hold on. I am skilled and talented at many things, but I have never quite gotten the hang of drinking a beverage without screwing it up. Oh my God, little bunny. Story time. I think it was in 3rd grade. I loved chocolate milk at lunch. You get those little cardboard cartons, and you tear it apart, and then you squeeze it and you fold it open. And it's just, I don't know. I was so good at that part. I was so happy at how good I was at opening the milk cartons. And one day, I don't know how this happened, but I just attempted to drink my chocolate milk. Just think 3rd grade Lindy. And I just miss my mouth, I didn't bring it close enough to my lips. So I just straight up poured chocolate milk all over my shirt. Okay, totally ruined the shirt. Thankfully, we had a school nurse, which I didn't go to recover my health, but she had an extra shirt or something I could put on. So I swapped shirts, and I was very embarrassed. And the next day, little bunny, the very next day at lunch, I spilled the chocolate milk in the exact same way all over my shirt. I think it might have, hopefully it was a clean shirt. I don't know. Either way, twice, 2 days in a row, I ruined my 3rd grade t-shirts by failing to drink a beverage. And the curse has lasted to this day. So even though I aspire for perfection, little bunny, there's nothing quite as challenging as a beverage. Okay. Now on to the main topic, the purpose of life. Not really, but kind of. How do we get into this? I want to tell you the story of... See, I like having my own intellectual properties, my IP, but we're going to borrow from the canon of children's stories. I should find the history of this children's story. That way I can spin this as an educational thing. Let's see, go to ChatGPT, of course. Where else would your daddy be going? Okay, I'm going to tell you a fun children's story. I wonder if you can guess which one. It's one of these stories where there's one character and the 3 others. It's the story of blank and the 3 blank. There's a few of them. I don't know why those numbers work really well in stories. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, that's so good. Okay. Where does the story, what do you think it is? The Big Bad Wolf and the 3 Pigs come from? The story of the 3 little pigs. I like my title better. The Big Bad Wolf. Or maybe I just wanted to say that. It's a popular folk tale that has been told and retold in many different versions over the years. Soon to be told by Daddy Lindy. I'm going to have to put a twist on it. I purposely didn't plan ahead about how I was going to tell it. Okay, the exact origins are unknown, okay? But it is believed to have originated in England during the 19th century. 19th century means, little bunny, 1800s. You gotta practice that. 19th century means 1800s. 19th century means 1800s. 20th century means 1900s. 20th century means 1900s. Okay, and then 21st century, 2000s, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, you only have to really know it for 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. If you get those down, you're good, because everything before that happens on a very slow time scale. Okay. feel free to tune out, little bunny. If you're just like, oh my God, Daddy's taking me to school, just zone out, little bunny. It's okay. You can just relax. Don't worry. You can go to sleep. It's fine. The earliest known printed version is Popular Rhymes into Nursery Tales. I wonder if it originally rhymed. I'm not going to rhyme it for you. 1849. Okay. May have been in oral circulation many years before that. Okay, it was popularized in the 20th century. 20th century means 1900s. By various retellings, including adaptations by Walt Disney in his 1933 animated short film, The Three Little Pigs, and by Roald Dahl in his 1982 book, Revolting Rhymes. Ew. The story has become a beloved classic and has been translated into many different languages. Okay. Why does your daddy want to tell you the story of the Big Bad Wolf and the Three Pigs? Well, I've been talking so many times about how I want to sneak in a little talk about the purpose of life. And it's not my it's not my place to tell you the purpose of your life. In fact, I think my place is to help you decide that for yourself. Or at least figure out what it is for yourself. Whether that's something you come to through religion or whether it's independent of that. I think it's really good to figure out what life you want to lead and then go for it. I give you permission to lead the life you want to lead, little bunny. Lead the life you want to lead. So I did my period of figuring that out, and it took a very dedicated year, in fact, which I would love to tell you about. And that's kind of why it's relevant this week for me to talk about this whole kind of purpose of life thing. Not in like a dramatic way. It's not meant to be a drama episode, although I can have some dramatic episodes. Oh, I've got one planned. I don't know if I'll ever do it. It'll scare the crap out of you, little bunny, but it'll make you have a good life. Oh, that'll motivate you to have a good life, but I'll save that. I'll save that for like a Halloween episode or something. Okay, so what am I talking about? What's relevant right now? And be sure to slow down, Daddy Lindy. Your little bunny likes it when you talk slow. Isn't that right, little bunny? Yeah? Nod for your daddy. What is strange? It's not a strange podcast, but how strange this podcast must be to someone who doesn't get it. And how perfectly it makes sense to you and me, little bunny. Okay, so so there's a reason for the timing of all this, and that's that just like just now, I really want to tell you about my life story, because it's a really freaking good life story, little bunny. I've got to, if I ever write a book of my life, which is pretty likely, it's going to be a good read. It's going to be a very good read. But I'm extremely privacy-minded with the garden. And I don't know, I was talking with some of your fellow bunnies on Discord, which is part of the locked section of the garden, aka Patreon, which is 18 plus only. Please don't join if you're not 18. And so I was talking, it's like, so many times I want to share with you bunnies the cool stuff I'm doing. And I'm kind of doing that with YouTube walks now. Get to take you around with me, although I have to, kind of got to make up stuff for us to do. I can't tell you about the things I do ordinarily outside of content creation, but it feels so artificial to have that wall. Because really, you're so special to me. Like, it makes no sense for me to have any barrier. The problem is just like practicality. And so, I was asking your fellow bunnies, and there's the general opinion is, well, I don't want to sway. Maybe you can tell me what your opinion is about how much I should share about my life versus how strictly anonymous should I be? I don't know. It's just like, so I've been sitting with it and I've been thinking about it, and it ties back into the purpose of life, little bunny. Isn't that crazy? I did something that I recommend you do, which is that I made an appointment with a therapist. I found someone who specializes in the kind of stuff, like this kind of stuff, like big career, life changes, things like that. It's really promising. I'm excited to meet with him. And I will say, if you think that you need therapy, little money, I think it's an incredible thing. And the biggest deterrent usually is cost, because therapy is expensive. Even, I'm like, oh my God, look at the prices of this guy. Maybe I'll just do once here or there. But if you are concerned about the price of therapy, and if you've never gone before, I want to put something in perspective. Let's say you can't afford therapy, but let's say there's someone in your family that can. And let's say it's your parents, for instance. And let's say money is tight for your parents, or parent, singular. And you might think, I don't want to be a burden on them. They can't afford it. They've got their own money struggles. I don't want to be an extra burden. I totally understand that. Let me put something in perspective, little bunny. You are expensive. There's no way around it. Even for you to have been born, little bunny. Do you want to know how much it costs for like a baby just to be born in this age? It's a lot of money. All the meals that you've been fed throughout your life thus far, all the supplies and all the anything that's gone into your life. If your life is in a bad place, the cost of therapy is a drop in the bucket compared to how expensive you are, little bunny, okay? So it's not that much extra, especially if you've never been to therapy before, and especially if you think you need it. Hit up someone, little bunny. If you don't have the money, hit up someone. And I really think that everyone should have therapy, actually. I think it should be covered. I don't want to get into like boring law stuff, but I think it would be wonderful if everyone had almost like, actually, if it was like required, it was paid for and required that everyone go to therapy once a month. Oh my God, that would solve so many problems, little bunny. You don't even know. Okay, so yeah, if you think you need therapy, go get a therapist. And I'm gonna meet with one really soon. And let me take a sip of tea. Okay, little bunny, I feel like this is turning into daddy's therapy session. Let's move on. Let's get back to my little bunny. How are you doing, little bunny? You want to take a breath with me? Yeah. Where's my bunny figurine? Get over here. Oh no, hold on, the air is turning on. Let me turn off my air. Little bunny. Okay. Let's get back to you. What do you think your purpose of life is, little bunny? You might not have totally thought about it yet, and even if you think you have an idea, let it be a little fluid, because I want to help talk you through some things, and maybe you might end up coming back to the same thing. And I got to make sure there's lots of honey as we do this, otherwise this gets really boring. I love you, little bunny. I love you. I love you. I love you. And your daddy's gonna sneeze real quick. Okay, watch out. Oops, your daddy is still a little bit sick. Oh, look, I have my YouTube video that just finished uploading. fourth one. I'm giving myself permission to be bad. The audio quality sucks in it, Little Bunny. I'm so pissed at that. I can't quite figure out why the audio quality was so bad. Damn. Okay. Anyway, Little Bunny, what are we even talking about? Oh my God. Daddy, why did you do a Purpose of Life podcast? This is so stupid. Okay. It can be useful to have something sort of beyond you that you're a part of, if that makes sense. There's some, I don't know. If you just live life for yourself, like let's say that's ultimate selfish paradise. It's like you're on the beach, you're getting fed grapes and things like that, which I'm envisioning a little bunny being fed grapes, and it's actually quite adorable. I'm sure you've been seeing these videos going around of bunnies eating like strawberries and things like that. Oh, it's so cute. If you haven't seen this, just type in bunny eating strawberries. Your daddy is getting brain dead. And I still want to tell you the story of the big bad wolf and the three pigs. We're going to get there. Okay. So it's good to have kind of like I don't want to say a mission, but to have some driving force, or like, maybe I haven't figured out the words yet to articulate this, but I'm clear on the message. I'll give you some examples, and then I'll tell you mine. So for some people, if religion is a big part of your life, it might be this kind of like angels versus demons thing, if you're from that genre of religion, or maybe it has to do with spirits of ancestors if you're from another genre of religion. Maybe your mission is to ease the suffering of others. So to find wherever there's suffering and just go and repair it, like you're going around bandaging. Like a doctor is a perfect example of that. The most perfect example is a doctor who travels to places that don't have enough money to pay for expensive healthcare. So all of these are sort of like missions, I guess you could say. These are purposes that you can have beyond just your own personal enjoyment, which, by the way, your personal enjoyment is a priority. And I guess I'll tell you, I have it on my wall, actually. Can you believe that your daddy has his Purpose of Life on the wall, framed? Turning around, I'm looking at it right now. I would change one word on it so far to make it more exciting. I'll tell you the edited version. Oh, Daddy, why are you talking about the purpose of life? This is so stupid. All right, I'm still going to go for it. I'm sorry if this is the worst episode ever. So, the one that I have chosen. Oh, this is going to get so boring, little bunny. Okay. We're going to take a big breath. And then I give you permission to zone out. Because Daddy's going to get technical. Okay, here we go. Ready? So there's a field of science called information theory. And information in this context is not, it's not like something you read in a book or something. It has to do with mathematical, the ordering of like numbers, let's say. So if you take a book is laid out very precisely with one word. It follows the next, follows the next, follows the next. And because it's a very precise order, there's information there. Now, if you were to take the same book and you were to chop up all the words and just like randomly rearrange them, then it would be the same words, it's the same content, but there would be no information. It's kind of like a randomness. And if a book is 100% information with every word is precisely in the right order that it's supposed to be in, and if you chop up every word and randomize it, that is the opposite of information, which is entropy. So I see in the world a struggle between information and entropy. It's the struggle of constructing things, the struggle of things falling apart. And thank you for listening, little bunny, because now I get to tell you the story of the big bad wolf and the three little pigs. Okay? Should they be the three little bunnies? Okay. All right, this is the three little bunnies. Is it still the big bad wolf? I kind of want to be the big bad wolf, though. What do you think, little bunny? Okay, I get to be both. I'm going to be the big bad wolf, and I'm also going to be Daddy Lindy. Okay, because that's fun. I want to do that. So, once upon a time, little bunny, there were three little bunnies. Oh, I don't want to think of little bunnies being endangered by wolves. I don't think the bunnies in the garden are ever in danger. Okay, they're three little pigs again. Okay, you can be in the story, but you're safe with your daddy. Little bunnies in the garden are never in danger of being eaten by wolves. The little pigs in the garden, though, by the way, that's another story, because there were three, and this is not inside the garden, because the garden is too safe, so this was outside the garden. Oh my God. Daddy, get your story straight. So there's three little pigs, and the big bad wolf comes into town, starts sniffing, and says, I smell pig. I'm getting hungry. And so the big bad wolf follows his scent until he gets closer and closer to a delicious hog. And when he comes to the spot where he smells the pig, he opens his eyes and he sees a house made of straw. Now, little bunny, in information theory, is the straw house information or entropy? Okay? It's a house. Straw is like grass, by the way, if English is not your first language. Okay. So, the little pig is safe behind his little pig, runs inside and closes the straw door. And the big bad wolf probably could claw through, but the big bad wolf is like, check this out, right? Because there was some cute little bunny that he was trying to impress. So he huffed and he puffed and he goes into the house of straw, blows away, it collapses to a pile of hay. And even though it's the same strands of hay, strands of straw, the information is lost, and it's no longer a house, and the little bunny is now exposed. And probably depending on the telling of the story, the little pig either escapes or he gets eaten in the big bad wolf's purpose of life, which is to eat little pigs. So let's say the pig gets... I don't want to have the pig get eaten. Do we allow the cruelty of imaginary animals in the garden? You know what? It's imaginary. It's okay. The pig gets eaten by the big bad wolf. And so we see the purpose of the wolf's life. It has been fulfilled. And he goes, tasty. And the little bunny is disgusted and runs away. Finds their daddy and says, Daddy, 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 there's a big bad wolf who's a total jerk because he ate this innocent little pig. And your daddy says, okay, I got it. We're gonna do something. Hold on. Okay, So then the big bad wolf follows his nose. He goes, and he goes to the next location where he finds another little pig. And this pig has made a house of, what is it, little bunny? He has a house made of sticks. Sticks are sturdier than straw, yeah? And let me take a sip of tea. So the big bad wolf says, there is some information in the way of me fulfilling the purpose of my life, of eating this information, which is the sturdiness of the stick house. This is preventing me from getting my meal. And so the wolf, as an agent of entropy, breathes in deep. He goes, and it was harder this time, but he managed to topple the house of sticks. And some of the sticks are still banded together. There's like certain boards are still there. It's not a totally collapsed pile of straw. So it's not full loss of information, right? It's maybe halfway there. But enough entropy has taken place that the little pig is exposed. And the big bad wolf says, "Wahaha, I'm going to eat you because that's the purpose of my life, is to consume." You know what's crazy, little bunny, is that, and this is kind of like a crazy fact of life, is that, I won't even get to it, it's so depressing. Oh, so grisly. Okay, well, we're in grizzly territory. No, I can't. It's just a scientific fact. It's just like, I don't know. Oh. I don't eat animals, little bunny. There's a little piece of information about me. Does that surprise you? Your daddy is a vegetarian. Or vegan, I'm not going to specify. No, I don't think I could do vegan just out of my poor dietary habits. Okay, so the little bunny does not get eaten. The little bunny is snuggled up with their daddy, nice and safe. By the way, you're in my hands right now. Okay, so the second little pig though got eaten in a horrible, grisly, imaginary event. And so the big bad wolf is like, that was really tasty. I think I could go for one more little pig. So the big bad wolf follows his nose. And he finds, what does he find, little bunny? The third little pig. In the friendlier tellings of this story, each little pig escapes to the next one. And in some versions, all three pigs are huddled up with this third pig. And he has built a house of bricks, of stones. Let's say bricks. So it's bricks and mortar. Mortar is the like cement type stuff between bricks. And the big bad wolf is like, "Oh man, this is the tastiest pig of them all. I really want this pig. But there's all this information in the way, which is the structure of the house," right? Information is like construction, something that is a human achievement. There's not that much information that's not, well, evolution creates information, and then human achievement creates information. Or natural selection, I should say. Okay. Okay, so the big bad wolf breathes in. He goes, and the brick house shakes a little bit. The roof rattles, and the pig is nervous inside. The wolf says, "Oh man, let me try again." And it shakes even more, and the windows rattle. The wolf says, "Oh, wow, I'm not sure if I can do this. I'm going to try one more time. One last time." But the entropy of the wolf's breath could not topple the information of the brick and mortar house. And the third little pig was saved by their daddy Lindy, because daddy Lindy told them to build a brick and mortar house because information is the best. Okay, I don't know. That was a pretty bad way to incorporate me in the story. Can you believe that I need to do the next one soon? Maybe this is why I'm out of shape with my storytelling. I got to improvise a new bedtime story. I've done, I think, 4 of them so far on the Patreon. It's like a live event in Discord. Okay, so now there's many different ways that the moral of the story of the 3 little pigs has been told. I think this is maybe the most academic, perhaps boring way to put it, is information versus entropy. But I will now tell you Daddy's purpose that he wrote for himself, for his life. Are you ready? Prioritize your own happiness and fulfillment while leaving in your wake a net positive... Damn it. Let's try that again, little bunny. I'm not going to stop and re-record it. I could, but then I'll take forever doing it. Should I? No, I'm going to do it again. Prioritize your own happiness and fulfillment while leaving in your wake a net positive impact on civilization, sacrificing neither for the other. I didn't even have to look at my wall for that, little bunny. Okay, I'll say it one more time so you know that I really have it by heart. Prioritize your own happiness and fulfillment while leaving in your wake a net positive impact on civilization, sacrificing neither for the other. It took me a long time to figure that one out. So, okay. Daddy Lindy, focus. Don't let this be really boring. Okay, let's take some tea, and then we'll do a breath together. I believe, little bunny, that a utopia is possible. Do you know what a utopia is? The perfect world. Completely perfect from suffering, and if that makes things boring, well, then there's ways that we make things interesting. Basically like a perfect society. I think it's possible. It's kind of funny, the garden in some ways is our own little utopia we're creating, although it's not I don't want it to become kind of like a commune or something like that. It's just a wonderful, wonderful place. Isn't it crazy how nice it is here in the garden? You, me, and your fellow little bunnies. And that's what I mean when I say a net positive impact on civilization. I'm so into this idea that every generation we push things forward. Hold on. Your bunny doctor is stirring behind you. Queen little bunny, fixed your ear. I just love that every generation we can really make the world a better place. And it comes down to individual people doing their part. Yeah. And I really don't want it to be a sacrifice, whatever your role is in this. Not that you have to take the purpose of my life. Although I do encourage you to have a net positive impact on civilization. I think you might be my positive impact. Yeah, maybe if I can help you be the person you want to be. Is that my contribution, little bunny? You remember that part where I say sacrificing neither for the other? That's why I like doing this. I'll never do this, or I never would have done this if it didn't bring me some level of selfish pleasure. Like this is not a charity for you. Isn't that fun? I like being here with you. That's my favorite thing to do. This, especially the podcast, is one of the highlights of my week. So if I can help you make the world better, even more than just easing your suffering, helping calm you down on a hard day, if I can help you make the world better too, if I can use you, I'm using you for my nefarious plans, little bunny. All I want from you, it's all so selfish. I just want to use you to make civilization better. How does it feel to be used by your daddy for his nefarious plot to make the world a better place? Do you feel betrayed, little bunny? You thought this was about you. It's about me and the purpose of my life to make the world better. While prioritizing my own happiness at the same time. Sacrificing either. It's like this idea of sacrificing suggests that things are inherently win-lose. There's such thing as win-win, little bunny. And that's what progress is. Instead of accepting a win-lose, innovate, invent, come up with some way, negotiate. I don't know. There's a win-win to be had here. So, anyway, is Daddy rambling now? Your daddy is rambling. But I guess that's what I do best. Was this a terrible episode? I don't know. How can one do an episode on the purpose of life and have it not be terrible? But it all just comes down to me wanting to share myself with you. And in some ways that's pretty intimate. Even if I can't share with you the restaurant I went to or the social activity I went to, which I wish I could tell you about my day. I would love to just be able to tell you about my day. 1 second. And I think I'll report back after I talk with my therapist, but the concept of information and entropy plays into whether or not I reveal more about myself, about my story and the things I'm up to. I don't know. I guess something I did want to talk about. I don't know if I'll end up getting to it, but I guess I'd better, because this is I'm not going to try and explain information and entropy later. I don't think. A lot of times, so you think about back to the story, the big bad wolf, right? And that one, the big bad wolf used entropy to fulfill his purpose of life, which is to eat tasty pigs. And so, by the way, in mine, like net positive impact on civilization, to me, that inherently is information. Because I'm about building things. You could also ease suffering. Easing suffering is not necessarily information. So there's any number of missions you can have for yourself. Mine is not the mission. Yeah. Okay. Shut up, Daddy. Okay, I'll be kinder to myself. Take my own advice. A lot of times in real life, so-called agents of entropy, I guess you could say, of times people don't realize they're doing it. And I want to take a second to maybe help you realize if without you intending it, you've been a force of entropy against information. I'm so sorry if this sounds so stupid, little bunny. How about I just tell you how much I love you? I love you, little bunny. You can go brain dead if you want. Just listen to the sound of my voice. It's okay. What was I saying? Okay. Little bunny. I don't expect you're the kind of person to do this. But do you ever leave mean comments on people's posts or something? I doubt you do. But if you do, that's an example of entropy. And let me give you an example. Let's say so don't worry about me, but let's say you are posting, like you're trying something new. Let's say you want to learn how to draw. Okay? And you post your drawing somewhere and someone tells you, they're like, oh my God, this is so bad. That person is like the big bad wolf trying to blow down the information. You have created something. You have taken pen to paper or digital pen to iPad. I don't know. And you've made something very purposeful. And you've put your heart into it. And that's beautiful. That's information. That's a force for good. To create something. And to put yourself in it. To really care about it. I don't care how good it looks compared to the next person. And what's even more is that everyone's first thing looks bad. You might be starting out later than most. That's fine, doesn't matter. You're going to get better. The only way to get better is to keep putting yourself out there. And so, maybe think, is there someone, maybe a stranger on the internet? I need to drink some tea, I'm sorry. Is there a stranger on the internet who has discouraged you and made you not want to post something? Maybe it's your poetry. You want to put poetry online. Maybe you're worried of people who are going to post mean things or something like that. Again, I would tell you about a project that I did about posting my progress on some creative stuff. But maybe, I don't know, we'll see what my therapist says. Yeah. So the people who comment that's a force of entropy. And if you want to take part in my purpose of life, it's a very, very good thing for you to realize that in that moment, your purpose is to notice that that's entropy. That's the big bad wolf trying to blow your self-esteem down, trying to blow away the thing you've created and put your heart into. And your job is to remember your daddy, to remember you're on the side of information, and you make something even better, and you post it. And even if they say mean things, you're not going to let them blow down your house of straw because you've upgraded to house of sticks. You're going to keep going and get better and better. And the more entropy comes your way, you're going to build a house of brick and mortar. And then people who say mean things and try and bring you down, they just want to destroy things. And they're not bad people. They just don't really realize they're doing it. They're just very inconsiderate. And I really, 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 really hope that you don't let yourself be one of those people, little bunny. So if you are ever in the habit of leaving negative comments on anybody's thing anywhere, don't do it. And you might not always realize you're doing it. Keep an eye out if you ever get in an argument, especially if it's with someone you love. or even if with a stranger on the internet? Can you talk with that person from a place of information, not entropy? To show them love and to make a better case, not to huff and puff and be mean and blow their house down. Yeah. Don't try and change the world by being mean to people. Do it by being more incredible. And I believe in you. It's hard, little bunny, but it's part of being your best self. Because that's what I really care more about. I care about helping you be the person you want to be. And I care about using you to make the world a better place, little bunny. Okay, what is Dad even talking about? Be good, little bunny. Yeah. Follow your passions. Find what's important to you. To be an agent of information. Because you're just a pawn in Daddy's master plan to leave civilization better than when he found it. Okay, is that too much of a lesson? Does that feel like it was lecturing or preaching or whatever? I don't know. I guess I'm just serving myself in this episode. Oops, I just knocked you over. I gotta be careful with you, little bunny, or your ear's gonna fall off again. Yeah, I don't know. Because this podcast isn't always about you, is it? Maybe even when it's about you, it's about me. My purpose of my life. Prioritize your own happiness and fulfillment while leaving in your wake a net positive impact on civilization, sacrificing neither for the other. So I don't know, little bunny. Maybe you can think about what your purpose of your life is. You don't have to go with the first thing. It's not about like, oh, I know what it is right away. Explore a little bit. You got to journal. If you're not journaling, little bunny, that's the way you do this. Maybe I can help you work through it at some point. But you can try on mine for now. Think about information versus entropy. And if that is a confusing topic, just think, are you a little pig building a house, or are you a big bad wolf blowing down the house? Don't be the big bad wolf, little bunny. Let your daddy be the big bad wolf. Because it's a fun voice for me to do. Okay. Do we have any other goings on in the garden? I hope this was an okay episode. Let's see. We'll just go through everything. We're just going to go through everything that's in the garden. Okay. TikTok is the most popular thing, but it's not the most important place to follow me. The most important place to follow me is to follow the podcast. Oh, here's an example. Okay. So I've been slowly trying to figure out what the elevator pitch is for the garden, because I'm at the point where I want to start doing collaborations with people, and I'm reaching out to people to do some more really cool stuff, which I can't tell you about because okay, whatever. I guess it's kind of like kinky emotional support. Is that right? Did I get that right? Kinky emotional support? Because even, I don't know, there's some spicy stuff on the Patreon, and even that is like, there's nothing that's more emotionally supportive than like a really nice thing that I can't say on the podcast. Okay. So what do we got? So we got Patreon. Okay, what am I talking about? Yeah. So here's an example with TikTok. Okay. There's some entropy in the world, which is, in this instance, it would be like if I were banned from TikTok, or if the United States government bans TikTok, which is actually very much in the cards right now. And you might say, oh, well, I'm a little bunny in Germany, so that doesn't matter to me. Well, guess what, little bunny? Your daddy's in America. And if your daddy cannot make TikToks because he's in America, then you don't get TikToks in Germany. So, you got to follow me on more than TikTok. The podcast is great because, podcasts are, like, you can't be kicked off a podcast. That's not really even a thing. So definitely definitely follow me here on the podcast. Twitter, the new place where I have the Good Morning Notes. That is going to be the most resistant to entropy platform there is. The chances I get kicked off Twitter are very, very small. So that's a very safe place to follow. And plus, Good Morning voice notes every morning. It's great. Instagram is like TikTok, but safer. And that's a good place if you want to see what is Daddy talking about with all the locked audios. I'm supposed to be posting like a 8-second preview of all the locked audios. I have to keep posting those. Come on, Daddy, get your shit together. Oops. So follow on Instagram for that. What do we have? Like, you can buy hoodies and stickers, which I haven't been selling them hard or anything like that. Buy it if you want it. If you want to like support me, the best way to support me is to join the Patreon. But only do that if you're 18 plus. And if you want like a hoodie and a sticker, I do get money from that. But because it's a larger ticket item, only get it like if you want it. Don't try and get it as a donation to me. If you want to do like a donation to me, then just do Patreon. And if you really want, you can up the subscription amount. But there's no need to do that. Don't worry about that. And if you don't want to pay any money, then follow on YouTube. That's another place that I'm trying to do. In fact, I'm going to be posting the next video right now. Oh, it says video processing. Okay. What else do we got? Little bunny. Love and ligature. Oh, the episode, Little Bunny. I'm back writing it. I love it. The episode is so good. I need to revise it and put it up. I'm going to... Right now they're on Patreon. I don't know if there's another platform to put them on. YouTube doesn't like them, which is fine because YouTube is not for spicy audiobooks anyway. You just got to go to where the people are. It's so stupid. I don't know. We'll figure that out. There will be links to Love and Ligature on Instagram once I get that launched again. What else do we have, Little Bunny? I have to post the locked audio from this week. I recorded it, but I have to go and quality check it and do little tweaks and stuff. Oh, Little Bunny. I'm just avoiding going to bed right now because I love hanging out with you so much. You're still here listening to my stupid announcements. Hey, Daddy, be kind to yourself. Oh, Little Bunny. Little Bunny. What else do we got in the garden? I can't even... There's so much stuff now we got. Your daddy's trying to get into Japan. Instagram. Thankfully, Instagram is bigger than TikTok in Japan. So I'm going to be trying to... You're going to see Japanese hashtags. I'm not going to try and do more videos in Japanese. But I'll put the hashtags there anyway. See if it catches on. What else, Little Bunny? Maybe I just don't want to go. I should go to bed. All right, Little Bunny. I am heading to bed. I love you. I love you. I love you. I am going to wake up tomorrow, send you a voice note on Twitter, and then I'm going to write you a poem, and you will hear it in just a moment. Oh, I had a quote. You know how I used to do quotes? I have a great quote, like a me quote. Should I put it on this one? I think I'll save it for another one. It's a really good quote. Okay, your daddy's going to go to bed. I will talk to you in just a moment with a nice poem. Just for you. Love you. Good night. Good morning, Little Bunny. I slept very well. Thank you for asking. I already made you your TikTok. No, not your TikTok. Your Twitter voice note. And I published the next YouTube block. So, good day for the garden so far. I wrote you a poem too. Aren't you a lucky Little Bunny? Jeez. So spoiled. It's okay. You're worth it. And that's the opening message of the poem. Okay. Here's your poem, Little Bunny. prioritize your own happiness. You're an end unto yourself. If helping others is worthwhile, then that includes you, yourself. Live a life that's worth living, and live it some way that's useful, like bringing joy or bringing health to keep us nimble and youthful. And you don't need to be working every hour, every minute. All you need is overall, the world's better with you in it. Have a great, great week, little bunny. The world is better with you in it. My world is better with you in it. Okay. I don't want to let you go, but I guess I should. I got stuff to do, little bunny. Got ways to make the world better, ways to make your life better. Okay. Take care. I love you, little bunny.